Welcome to Crippled System Video Battle Report number 15.
14.
15.
15.
It's 15.
Oh, okay.
See, you idiots.
Christ, can't you even read?
On the right of the screen, we have Jeremy Shea's Legion. On the left of the screen, we have Lewis Bonker's Cygnar. And I'm your host, Brian. And I set up 1,000 Needles pre-Cataclysm for them to play on, and they were very happy.
Yeah. Super excited to play on the 1,000 Needles. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. 50-point game, Incursion.
I guess since I'm apparently going first, which I actually didn't remember, but since I'm going first, I'll go ahead and throw out my list. It's a Bethayne list. I think I might have mentioned it a couple of times on the forums, but it's Bethayne and Belphagor, 2 Angeliuses, a Sorceress and Hellion, Raptors, 2 Spell Martyrs, 2 Strider Deathstalkers, and a unit of Hex Hunters plus Bile. The intention of the list is that everything in the list is defense 14 or higher, and
Which
is really
sucks.
hard to hit with Ashen Veil on it, and cool things happen. I think actually I'm forgetting Swamp Gobbers. I think there's Swamp Gobbers in there as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm mad the middle of this field has all that open area. It's frustrating.
Yeah. This terrain actually really sucked for setting up.
You have all those paths.
yeah.
Well, I'm playing Cygnar. I'm playing Kraye, I believe, and I have a Stormclad, Ironclad. Let's see, 2 Shield Guard Sentinels. No, maybe only 1 Sentinel. No, I think 2 Sentinels, a Minuteman, and a Grenadier. Which I really wanted a second Minuteman.
Yeah.
To run with the group over there. But I don't have that model yet, so
You're missing the important tech in this list, though.
which is Captain Sam. I've never played her before, so I was just having a little fun, and I gave her the Grenadier who advanced deployed up there. I also have Eris, which kind of sucked this game. Your Hex Hunters ran pretty up close, and then didn't really allow her to get to the targets I wanted.
Haha.
Yeah, it sucked.
Although they had Ashen Veil on them, you could have just stripped that.
Yeah, but again, well, I was looking for juicier targets.
Yeah, and they're not
got
not easy to hit too. They're one of the few things Eris might miss at Def 16.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, you're right. Not Def 14.
no, well, because Ashen Veil. Yeah.
Right, Def 16.
Yeah. And just in case we forget to mention it later, it is Brian's birthday today. Happy birthday, Brian.
Yay.
From all of us to you.
Thank you, Lewis, for whatever that was.
Brian is 40 years young today. He's not a girl, so I'm allowed to say how old he is. That's my understanding of how the rules work.
I'll repeat, Katie. Katie said he's kind of a girl, just so everybody knows.
Is that a
Okay.
big penis? Is that what happened? I don't understand.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Or lack thereof. Anyway.
Anyway.
Jeremy is just running his stuff.
Yeah, I'm running my stuff. My army's also super, super fast. Between the 80 Hex Hunters, the Speed 9 Raptors, the 80 Strider Deathstalkers. The only thing in my list that's actually slow is Belphagor himself, and Bethayne is only a Speed 6. So I get pretty far up the table for a first turn and make Lewis have to actually think about where he wants to come into me a little bit.
Yeah, you got a lot of models up in front of that first line of spires.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll mention, we did agree that the spires were infinitely tall. So
Yes.
there was no flying directly over. So you had to think a little bit about, his Angelia.
And now you guys get to watch me eat pizza.
Wow, his pizza is... He has
Doesn't that look delicious?
like pizza. That's,
Man, that is some good-looking pizza right
that
there.
is some pretty good use of the camera right there. Good job, guys.
I guess I should mention, since my turn's starting, that I also have a Journeyman, and I believe I have Arlen Strangeways as
You did.
support. And did I have a Piper for the Crows? No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did, because they were tough.
Yeah.
They were tough.
That was it.
So,
Yeah, I would have liked a slightly more clear field to get
For a
lot
list of
my,
gunjacks?
Yeah, my Kraye list is a lot of shooty. It's the 2 Sentinels with strafe, die 6 strafe. It's the Stormclad who can shoot. And the Minutemen who have the albeit short range 4 but POW 14s.
yeah.
Well, there's like 4 different lanes there. I mean, you can walk. I'm assuming you're going to get some shots off, especially considering he advanced forward. Because the whole idea is you can't see from one to the other end, but Jeremy advanced pretty side by side, though, so I'm assuming you're going to get some gunshots.
Yeah, I think so. But it just wasn't where I wanted to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, with a more standard board, it would have been an interesting. It would have been different. That was me looking at what Kraye does because I don't play Kraye very often. I think it's the second time I've ever played against Kraye. You just don't see him on the table that often.
I think he's great.
He's really good.
I have a lot of good luck with him.
Well, the everybody gets the cab rules rule is great, and that's what I knew about Kraye. What I forgot about was, is it called guided fire? Everybody gets boosted to hits.
Well, it's the battle group.
The battle group, yeah, but the boosted to hits against my high def army was like the army is designed to be good against infantry, and he was playing Cygnar, so that seemed like a safe bet. And then there was no infantry, and then it's designed to be high def, and all of his hits are boosted. And I was like, oh, sad me.
Is that a random trencher in that unit, or is that just
Yes. Yeah, I lost one of my my crows.
I'm impressed you noticed
not
that.
crows, though.
Well, I'm like, well, no, you have a whole unit of painted devil dogs.
And an unpainted
Trencher
trencher in the model, yeah.
Well, trencher models are so, rarely seen on the table. It's like a find Waldo scenario right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked a couple of times if he was like the UA or anything. He's like, nope, just devil dog. I just a short one.
Yeah, and I'd probably take a shot with the Grenadier with guided fire up, to hit. But
yeah, I thought about putting the concealment on the Raptors instead of the Hex Hunters because the Hex Hunters were tough. But I like it better. I like
First kill.
Yep, he just picked a Raptor right up. I really like Carnivore on the Raptors because it makes them a melee threat as well as a ranged threat. Brings them up to a mat 8.
You got some spell on them now, some effect going on.
What?
they were going. The Piper was probably putting tough on them.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a purple
That was
upkeep marker
There's
on
two
them.
effects on them. There's you probably toughed them.
Oh no, they dug in.
That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
He was marking dug in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I have Jonas with them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, getting back to my comment about how when you use an upkeep marker and it's not an upkeep, it's very confusing.
Well,
I never actually paid that much attention to the type of marker. I know you've mentioned.
I
it.
write.
As long as there's a marker that says something.
The Minuteman just walked in and picked up some Hex Hunters because obviously auto hitting things are good.
Yes.
And neither of them toughed, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But it was a little bit more than I expected
Okay,
because I
just
forgot
knocked
he
down.
But yeah,
that
you
one
just,
I removed 2. He killed
Oh.
2 next to him, and then he took shots.
Well,
at
that
other
was the
ones.
flak. Yeah, the flak field goes off. It's
Yeah.
the automatic POW 12. So
Yeah, and that was just not something I was. I knew he had the jump, and I knew he had the flak field. I didn't realize he could flak field and then shoot, and then shooting also with guided fire was a little bit more high rat stuff than I expected. Fortunately, I do tough a couple of times.
Yeah,
so
you do.
that helps.
You don't have any way to free stand up. So
I don't have any free stand-ups. The thing I like about Hex Hunters with tough is usually if something makes them tough, it's still within 6 inches. They can stand up and cast their spell.
Well, look,
In this case, not so much.
He just took a light cab
Because
move
he's
back.
just a jerk. But normally, they can get up and fire their spells, which is one of the things I like about tough Hex Hunters.
Yeah.
And tough Raptors are not as like they're good, but usually if people get into Raptors, they leave them engaged, and bad things happen. So, Eris is running around over on the flank.
Exactly.
She's like, "What do I
not comfortable
do?"
with her.
I
over
really,
there.
really expected you that turn to move her up and just shoot the. Since I had 2 guys knocked down, I fully expected you to just move her up
Yeah.
and shoot off the Ashen Veil.
Yeah.
Just to make me recast it.
Right. I guess I should have done that. I was thinking it was a waste because you would just recast it. It wasn't, something I wanted to get.
It's a resource thing. And the other thing is they're Magic 6, and they can't. Those 2 are in everybody else's way to get at where Eris would be.
You put your deck completely behind a thing.
He did. That's true.
You're hiding them.
Yeah. The other problem I realized running Kraye with Eris is I have to be really careful where I put her, or
Yeah.
else all of a sudden my jacks don't
Yeah.
get focused.
Yep. That was something that didn't even occur to me. Like, when you put her on the table, I was like, I don't know why he deployed her way over there, but now that you mention that, yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because I play red, and she runs right up the middle. It doesn't matter. It's awesome. Yay for having Myrmidons. So, turn 2, I'm feeling okay about how it went. I lost /toughed a few more Hex Hunters than I'd expected to. I'd expected to be able to actually get into him a little better with the Hex Hunters this turn, but I wasn't terrified about how it went. He picked up a Raptor, but I felt like I still kind of had a commanding presence on that side of the table as well, which was nice. And obviously, neither of us has used much time.
If you would have drafted, well, I mean, you can tell. I mean, obviously, the ranged force did use more. Oh, flag vanished.
Yep. I wasn't. I was trying not to commit heavily to one flag, but looking at it, it's a really good thing that flag disappeared for me. He didn't have much on that side either, but if the other flag had disappeared, my Raptors would have been suddenly very, very far out of position. And his trenchers could have still gone to the middle flag.
But but Lewis isn't too bad because he is positioned in a way to go either way.
Yes, he is. My Raptors are pretty hard over on the flank. And then I'm shooting at dug-in
But
crap.
those columns really restrict charge lanes.
Yup. They really do.
This is the vote of the most fun scenario to plan in the world by
Yeah.
John Christensen.
John Christensen does think that.
He loves it.
I was shocked that I managed to hit through the dug-in cover.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off.
I was kind of excited about it. Not once, but twice.
And yes. And, tough? Oh, do I get tough? No. No, they both die.
Tough's a rule just for me.
I see. I see how
This was my turn to have tough. You're not tough this time. And I don't know what I wish I could see me because I'm like I disappear off camera for a minute. And
That's
I
a
don't,
thing you've never said.
well, like I feel like I disappear off camera and I don't really know where I went. And I just hit again. Yeah, my Strider Deathstalkers were rolling pretty lights out over there.
Yeah.
But then he toughed. I was really upset about the tough.
Yeah. Oh, one tough.
Well,
It did leave that Strider there instead
Yeah.
of getting another 2-inch movement.
Yes. And again, in hindsight, I think that moving them all up to take shots at dug-in Devil Dogs was probably not the best move. I probably should have backed off the Raptors that turn. But I was counting on the light cav movement to get them far enough away to be okay. They do manage to kill the tough one, the one that toughed at least. But
well, they were able to hit a knockdown guy.
they were able to hit a knockdown. Hey, he's knocked down in cover. So he's def 9. Pretty hard to hit. Not with Rat 7, but yeah,
I would have thought if he was dug in at the bottom of a trench and
he
he was
fell
knocked
down, he'd
that
just be
he would
untargetable?
yeah.
that actually would be an interesting thing, but fluff wise, but rule wise, it'd be super super OP for tough units.
Yeah.
It's like they're behind a wall. They're tough now; they're unshootable. That would be probably not very good for balance. But yeah, I don't know that the shots they took were worth it. Like they could be quite a bit further back, but. I'm not unhappy with how they did.
Yeah.
And the one thing I did find with this map was that gobbers are amazing on Thousand Needles.
Well, certain casters like gobbers. Ironically, trenchers would have been ridiculous.
Yes.
You'd be able to shut down complete sections of the map.
You know. Yeah, when I picked
like Gatsby 2 would be atrocious in this one.
Yeah, Gatsby 2 would be nigh unbeatable on this. That would be really bad.
Or so this would be the one for the troll guy with the wall with Kalissa.
Oh jeez, Gun Bjorn and
In
Kalissa.
this scenario, you just drop multiple walls. People would never get anywhere.
Yeah, that sounds miserable. I guess they could run. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out where to put Bethayne that she can actually participate in the game and then hide behind a cloud every turn for the rest of the game. That was pretty much.
She does pretty well.
Yeah, she does all right for herself. This is my big gallows roll boosted to hit. Oh, I rolled a 4, so I guess I won't be pulling in the Minuteman. The plan was to pull in the Minuteman and then murder the Middleman.
You would have hit and rolled a 1.
Gallows doesn't have to damage. Oh, you mean for distance?
The gallows roll would have been a 1.
Yeah, that does happen. Bethayne has 2 spells that are both really, really reliant on a 1d6. She has Gallows for the d6 distance and Eruption of Spines for the d6 bounces. And so she's one of those casters where when it works, it's amazing. And when it doesn't, you kind of have to have a plan for those spells not to work out for you. You have to... I try to only ever cast Eruption of Spines in such a situation where a 2 is enough that I'm okay casting it. Because if I roll a 1, it's just always going to be heartbreaking.
Is it a 3 cost?
It's a 3 cost.
Yeah, so
she can cast it twice on her feet turn, fully boosted.
I play Legion, but I often forget. I haven't played them in a long time, and I forgot that the Hex Hunters, their magic ability takes away star
attacks.
Yeah, luckily Flakfield is not a star attack.
No, but the jump is.
But
right?
the jump is, and yeah.
Is it a crit effect to hit or just a
No,
hit?
they're just on hit. They hex bolt you.
Yeah.
All of them. Bile can cast hex bolt, but he usually winds up casting his spray 8 instead. His spray 8 does not have the same effect, although it does have crit stationary, which
It does. I forgot
It's
about
the
that.
same as the Sorceress and Hellion spray.
Huh.
It's sexy. I rarely crit on his spray because he's magic ability like 7, but
Yeah.
on the feet turn it can happen. I'm pretty sure it's crit stationary. Now I'm like second guessing myself.
Yeah, I'm 98% sure you're correct.
That I am correct. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Someone call Travis and ask him.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up on War Room real quick. But so the Angeliuses were supposed to be killing the Minuteman I was gonna gallows in, but instead they're just shooting him with their guns because why not? Boosted hand cannons are cool.
Yeah.
And the other thing with this list that's unusual for a Legion list is I have 0 Fury management. I'm running just the 2 Angels and Belphagor, and it's intentionally designed to use as much Fury as she can pull off in a turn. So it's 1 Angel fully loaded, and then 1 Angel shooting, or 2 Angels shooting and double boosting. And then the idea is that she pulls all the Fury every turn, and I don't have to spend any points on either Shepherds
Belphagor?
or Forsaken. He's a POW 13. He's an arc node. The most I ever spent on him is a run.
Okay.
Generally speaking, I very rarely do anything with him that's not a run.
But look at that. My poor Minuteman is kind of weak, and those boosted shots did wreck him.
Yeah, well, he's a light jack. I mean, that's at the end of the day, he has fairly high defense for a light jack, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, but it didn't help.
I stand corrected. Frostbite does not have crit stationary, sadly.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That's what I said.
And that's not what lying sack
Let's
of
rewind.
shit.
2% chance that you are wrong.
Hey,
Go back and listen. Brian was also wrong.
I gave a percentage number. I did not say 100.
So when you get a bad ruling from Brian, it's because he's bad at the game.
Well,
We're not good with percentages.
Never asked me for a ruling. It makes my
So
day
this
easier.
is my Sorceress and Hellion. The Sorceress and Hellion does a lot of really cool things for me in this list.
She is so awesome.
The thing that I actually find comes up the most with her is I Wind Ravager with her a ton. Because against your list, it wasn't going to matter because your jacks could fire from far enough away. But what I really like to do is I'll jam my Angels into like a Storm Wall or something like that, and then bring her up behind them and Wind Ravager so that they can't be shot at all, which is really, really nice. It's
But
better
she has a good defense. She has 10 health,
10
which
health.
is better.
Pretty
and
good.
Pretty good armor.
Yeah, her armor's like, and I just shut off War Room, but I think 15. I think she's a 14-15. So yeah, I mean she's a really good model. I understand why she doesn't have a dismount. I think she'd probably be pretty OP if she had a dismount, but it is kind of unfortunate because
She's only 4 points, right?
yes.
That's why.
Well, I mean the Fane Knight. I guess the Fane Knight does cost 5, doesn't he?
Dareth Race is 4.
Derek Race is also
But-
4,
but
but,
he-
he's Crix.
Crix is
He's
just
not very
cheaters.
powerful.
anyway.
He doesn't do a lot for
That's such a
Crix.
dick. I hate Derek Wraith with a passion. I've recently been running into E-Scar list, running Derek Wraith, and the combination of E-Scar with Derek Wraith is really, really
I'm
frustrating.
really
to
excited
deal
for
with.
this Cygnar turn and watch you just blow all this stupid Legion right off the board here and embarrass Jeremy.
Yep, my shooty.
Shooty, pew pew. Because I sprayed with the Sorceress instead of Wind Ravaging that turn. I also missed on the walk. You'll notice that she's like quarter inch, half inch out from the flag. I wanted her to be basing the flag, but I didn't want to have to run. In hindsight, her spray only was catching one of the Devil Dogs, and it didn't hit him anyway, or it didn't kill him, one or the other. And so I should have just run and based the flag.
You
so that,
had 2 dice rolls on it with that thing.
so I must have just not. Maybe it toughed. Maybe it just toughed.
You missed one and killed one.
Okay.
If you notice, I want to bring your attention to the lower left-hand screen. There's a little round circle that says feet on it.
There is?
A little token,
Yeah.
to help me
A
remember
little-
defeat.
You should do that.
And yet, still sometimes,
what is Kraye's
despite
feet?
having that, Kraye's feat is all where Jax and his battle group can stand up if they're knocked down, face any direction, charge for free, and get boosted melee attack rolls.
That's probably not that important though against a Def 14 army.
No. Boosted melee attack, no.
No,
I mean, I'm in
doesn't seem good.
Cygnar. Don't we have good melee?
Yeah,
we have good melee.
pretty good. Yeah. So I'm sure that won't come up to be important at all.
No.
And Belphagor and Bethayne are both hanging out where you can't see them behind the. You can just barely see the cloud ring that Bethayne's hiding behind, and then Belphagor's like standing partway in the
It's
cloud.
a slight side effect of the terrain.
Yeah.
And if there are models, we'll be surprised as new models come up. Through the gap.
Surprise!
It's like when you play a game and you hide models behind the building with 3 line of sight, hoping your opponent forgets that they're there, and it happens.
The jack that he hit at the top left corner of the screen up there, I sort of forgot about when I did the turn that just happened. So when he brings it out from behind the hill, I'm like, oh right, he's got another heavy warjack back there. That's a thing I should have probably accounted for. And here's the other spell I'd forgotten about. Full tilt.
Full tilt. Yes.
Pretty good
yes,
spell.
it's double your base speed. I mean, just so he goes from a speed 5 to a speed 10.
Well, the full tilt
with
That's the typical, kill your opponent's caster, kill their big threat.
Exactly. And I thought I could get into he had Belphagor and an angel, and they were all bunched near his caster, and I thought, I'm thinking, lightning, the electro leaps, and I'm getting a lot of fun ideas in my head.
Did you just move a guy up and not attack with him at all?
He's still charging.
No, this.
This
so
is still the
that,
double
I
dogs.
think that was when I was measuring my control, but I was
Okay.
thinking about that charger.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, you moved up a couple double dogs because I can see one of them standing on the ring.
yeah, the double dog went up to your angel way up there. Yeah. So
And then-
but I was thinking about the Stormclad.
Here comes your
time.
Grenadier, which actually did more work against the Raptors than I thought it would. I thought Def 14 would help keep it safe, but I mean, obviously with only one shot and Jack Marshall, he's just going to boost the hit every time.
Yeah, I actually used to try him with trenchers, because if you have him base to base with trenchers, they can do a manual reload and he gets 3 shots.
Oh, wow.
Which is fun.
That
And
is kinda
he's
fun.
advanced deploy and he digs in with them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I wanted a Minuteman, but I didn't have one, so
Yeah.
there he goes.
And I mean, he was pretty good. He was pretty good for this list.
How was that? You're
That was a bit of a Pagani.
That was
I'm like, I'm here. No,
I'm
we're
like,
here.
wait a minute. No, I didn't want to go that far.
I
wanted to
forgot-
run, but not quite.
He forgot
over.
Rupert was the officer and needed to
He needed to be in the middle.
needed to somehow control both parts of the unit because the unit is fairly split up at this point.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of guys up with my Angeliuses, and then he's got most of the unit down with the Striders. But those guys weren't able to get charge lanes, so they just ran to engage.
Exactly.
All of my quote-unquote shooty stuff. Because Matt 8 Raptors, don't worry, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I just need...
Two attacks.
That stupid
Well, this
tower was right in my way.
Minuteman's going to shoot and kill another one.
Yeah, the Grenadier was a bit of a problem. So it walks up... Or not the Grenadier. Yeah, Grenadier.
Yeah.
Grenadier.
Yeah.
Walks up. And then, of course, boosting the hit. Yes, at my Raptor. We're all waiting with bated breath.
Yep.
Roll the dice, Lewis.
roll
My
the
God.
dice.
There they are.
Give me double speed.
Yeah.
And it still took forever.
Yeah.
I know. I take very long turns.
Ooh, that's the most good damage roll. You.
It was not a good enough damage roll.
Wait, what do we...
Oh, it missed.
Did it miss entirely on the boost?
It missed on the boost. Yes.
Oh.
Right over the, what's the name, though?
The Strider Deathstalker, yeah.
Yeah, but which
No more Strider. No more Strider
It's
Deathstalker.
always good when they die. I mean, obviously not you wanted to kill, but it still helped.
Those
Yeah.
models, I will say as a Legion player, Strider Deathstalkers might be the best 2 points in Legion.
Oh yeah.
Like, Forsaken are amazing, don't get me wrong, and we have lots of good 1 point options, but Strider Deathstalkers are probably the best 2 points in Legion.
Someone in the back is just throwing all the garbage fest going on behind you guys.
Oh, yeah, somebody brought... We
That
had
was
free
the whole
pizza from the
pizza.
store, and so they're
Oh,
cleaning up that
yeah,
behind
This
us.
is kind of funny. It's like, there's just like box after box after box going in
Yeah,
that bag.
there was a lot of
It's
pizza.
like a clown car of garbage bags.
Okay, so this is also my second time playing on Death Clock, so I get nervous. I played in tournaments, but I've not played Death Clock. So this is my
Really?
second time ever playing Death Clock.
I was
and
not aware of that when we sat down to play.
Yeah,
Huh?
I was not comfortable with it.
Did you and Brian recorded way back on
Once
video like
a long
2.
time ago. Yeah,
that was your only other Death Clock
that
game?
was a miserable. I just bought Lilith 3 and threw her down. And it was a miserable.
I was there for that one. I remember watching the game and
Yeah,
thinking
that was
that
horrible.
the Lord Lilith 3 was actually a lot better than I'd given her credit for, because until I saw you play her, I'd written her off. I actually didn't
Yeah.
think she was any good.
I'd
but-
had better luck with slightly different armies once I got comfortable with it.
Yep.
But
So it's time for your caster's going now. It looks like your
Yep,
caster. So
yep.
obviously he's going to go forward.
Obviously he's going
do
to go
some
forward.
abilities,
and
pop his
feet. Obviously.
yes,
'Cause you're- 'cause
right,
you're-
because
'cause-
that would make sense.
Because
Right?
your Storm Dude can charge an Agilius, right? That's the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
oh,
it can,
yeah,
It can
you
probably
know.
charge both of them if it really wanted to.
With the feet, it also gets plus 2 movement, so I
Yeah.
could go 15 or have a 15-inch charge.
Yeah.
You know,
No, that's
with the reach.
almost
and,
definitely what he's going to do.
Yep, casting, getting that full tilt.
he's
on
getting a
him.
shot. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He's thinking about moving.
Yeah.
Right. I want to make sure I have
An inch around,
range to-
make sure he can shoot something.
Yeah. Well,
That's good.
Can I shoot the sorceress?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
if,
can
if,
shoot
if,
the
you draft,
sorceress.
if he
You know
drafts
what?
2
I'll
Agilius,
shoot
well,
the sorceress.
there's no way
Why
that
not
it's-
a pot shot on the
The charges for free, right?
Yeah, with full tilt. Or not with full tilt, with the feet. it is,
with
right?
the feet.
Yeah. Again, the feet.
That is where.
Because you're probably going to kill one Agilius and hurt another pretty bad. With the electrics are going to just
Electro
wreak
leaps are really, really good against Angeliuses, yeah. Only dice minus 5.
Well,
Well, but they're going to
or dice minus 7.
But they're going to go to the supporting characters.
Yeah, the
with
gobbers
your
and
caster or
stuff.
gobbers, and right,
definitely.
right back there.
Definitely,
Couple
that'll all
cocktails.
happen.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
So, did some
Yep.
damage. Left the sorceress on 3 or 4 boxes, as I recall.
Yep.
So I was pretty excited that she lived because I thought that when Kraye drew a bead on her, I was like, oh, that's it for her.
Well, one shot's not going to probably kill her.
And then we're gonna think about what we want to do.
Oh,
Because he's ready to fire too. But.
yeah. Oh, look at her. The Jack is.
And then the caster went, but your feat token is still over on the table, Lewis.
Oh!
I feel like
do
that's...
we see?
Oh.
Can we see your? When do we see the actual agony? We need a camera on you because Jeremy's leading it forward because Jeremy got into serious mode.
Yeah, he's like, oh, let me
Well,
see
he
your character's card
mentions
again.
full tilt. I was like, it does what now? I should really be aware of my opponent's spell card. Like, I'd read the spell card, and I just completely glossed over full tilt.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, there's a jack all the way across the table up in my business. And I was like, well, shit.
And right about where's it coming? He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's right. I kinda,
Right now is when
right
you're like,
now is when I'm like,
I'm going to have to pay for that.
Oh, I looked at that, and I looked
Oh.
at that, and I
you're
So he took the charge attack against the Angelius.
yep. And I
rolled an 8.
I hit.
Yep, you hit.
That's a good damage. That's average.
I mean, that's pretty average
Yeah.
dice.
That's what it was 2 point under average. That's a good start.
But
Yep.
you know what happened? I realized that
Also, you charged for free.
that was where I cheated because I thought
Okay.
I'd feeded.
Oh, okay.
And
Like, I was
then
like, it looks like you charged for free.
Exactly. I totally cheated.
and here's what
And then I realized this is what I'm realizing. I'm like, crap! I forgot to feed.
So the
I have
first
to hit-
Electro Leap, the other funny thing is the first Electro Leap off the Angelius he
actually went to the Belphagor,
went to Belphagor,
which
who
sucked.
was armor
'cause he has
19.
19. I'm like,
and he was like,
crap.
oh, well, that's not good at all.
So suddenly I realized I could probably miss the next bunch of attacks against this Angelius.
Yep.
And so I'm looking for another thing to hit.
Yep.
And Belphagor's right there. And I think
Belphagor was
maybe I
there.
can get some leaps off of Belphagor.
So
But I missed the shield attack.
Yeah, missed the shield attack. Well, the shield could only go against the angel, so...
Yeah.
And then you missed Belphagor
Yep.
at a bubbling defense 12, I
to be
think?
fair,
11?
that 9-year-old at Belphagor would have actually hit the Angelius.
Angelius, yeah, it would have.
Point that
So
out there.
Belphagor takes some damage. He Electro Leaps into one of the gobbers, so that is actually a little bit unfortunate for me. The other gobber route passes his command check. I also learned recently, and I didn't know this, Mercs can't use your caster's command stat.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't realize that was a faction-only thing.
And that was
Well, that was
another
your-
miss.
Well, that was a double one. Your feet was going to help you there, probably. To be fair, that was double one.
He was swinging at Belphagor, so
yeah. Well,
yeah, 2 would have been
But I'm
enough.
saying he would have.
a mat 7. Come on.
Come on.
Come on!
I got you mint ice cream with the Andes crushed up in it for your birthday, but I ate it all.
All right.
So his jack now completely caught me unprepared, rocketed across the table, and did F all.
Exactly.
That is what happened.
It
Pull the
was-
system in Angelius.
Yeah,
He did.
but-
Yep,
I did, but
yep,
that
yep.
was
One
not
system.
worth it.
And I mean, Belphagor, I think you actually took out 2 of Belphagor's aspects. Certainly at least one.
I think one.
I remember
On
Belphagor
that
was
one.
hurting.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, now you're also engaging all of my army with your reach dude. So you're like, I'm going to shoot it. But
right.
oh.
No, I can't. That's not going there. Yeah. No, it was a sad day for me.
yeah, I was very excited about how that went because I
Have
thought
you
he
played
had
the
just
storm wall with your caster yet? Because full tilted storm wall is kind of
Not
what I
cool.
call a pain in the ass too.
yeah, that seems
Yeah,
bad.
but I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that happen, but it seems like your storm wall is just left out there for the
But isn't your
person's
storm wall
whole
charging
army to-
15 inches and just decimating everything in its path under the feet?
under the feet, 15 inches. But how is he decimating?
Well, let's
First-
say if a storm wall charged that and he killed 2 Angeliuses, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, like what do I
I
do
mean,
then?
assuming you actually
If-
feed it and did things right.
Right.
Assuming,
That's
assuming
if you can get into the heaviest targets.
Yeah, that's true.
But say I'm playing against your cricks, you don't leave your
Well, if you're putting down Kraye versus my Cricks, you're
Yeah,
already,
or
you're
your
already-
scorn,
yeah.
or your scorn. You got a lot of medium bases.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able
No,
to.
that's the second pass. I mean, there's 2 jacks you went at full throttle. The one you did, and then the one
storm wall.
storm wall.
Yeah. Well, I was going to do the ironclad too, because he can do the tremor attack on a charge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny.
Which is good. Not very useful against my Angelius. Is the other reason they're in this list.
Exactly.
The no knockdown thing is sexy sometimes.
Also, the hex hunters can prevent star attacks,
yes.
which gets rid of my tremor.
Yeah, but I have to actually. I mean, there are range 6 on that, so and there's not anything in your list for me to really trigger their battle wizard off of.
True. That's true. But you don't have to.
It
Go
turns out
melee.
I could just cast a spell.
You can just.
Turns out I could just walk forward and spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they do a lot of damage with their spells. They are magic ability 6, same problem that battle mages in red have. But just like battle mages in red, I mean, this caster has a feat which gives them boosted everything. So
Everything in the face.
of course, when you roll boxcars, that's pretty good too, as it turns out. I did have some fairly good dice on my attack rolls against the Devil Dogs this game.
Yes.
I was pretty okay with it. So it's my turn again. I obviously going to just have to kill that heavy. Like, that's just a thing that has to happen. I feel like I was in a really, really good position on this bottom flag, and I felt like I wasn't in as good position when I started this turn as I thought I was going to be. Like, the Devil Dogs didn't even really make any attacks. I felt like I still had been pushed off the flag much harder than I thought I would be.
I think I only got 3 attacks in because of the charge lanes.
This is when my
around the
charging
pillars.
Spell Martyr charges your Devil Dog.
Oh, yeah, this is just
Hits
like
with
a little,
boxcars.
a little icing on top.
And is like, yes, take a tough check.
And I died.
Yes, my Spell
Spell
Martyr
Martyr.
killed a Devil Dog. That's how bad Devil Dogs are, folks. Even a Spell Martyr can kill them. Because I realized that there was absolutely nothing I wanted to be casting a spell at over there. Like, the Spell Martyr was just going to hang out and chillax. And if she got lucky, like she did, open up a couple of charge lanes for my Raptors to charge in with their Weapon Master charge attacks against his Jack.
Yep.
Because they are Weapon Master. They're only Weapon Master POW, I want to say 9? But they are Weapon Masters, and on the charge they can do some work. And they do have a second mount attack that's MAT 12. That's POW 12.
Actually, the mount attack did more damage.
Yeah. Well, it's +3, so accepting spikes, it's going to do more damage or as much damage as the...
Oh, yeah. No, the mount attack did a lot more damage than any of your...
Well, the other thing that was unfortunate is I think I missed one of the charge attacks,
Yeah.
even being MAT 8, which is a little bit sad. So... And because Carnivore boosts my MAT regardless of whether you're living or not. It just
Only
doesn't
against
RP.
living.
Oh, really?
You do not,
Yeah.
yes.
So maybe that's why I missed, is because I was only MAT 6.
Well, we'll say that's why you missed nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have missed his Jack at MAT 8. That seems unlikely, because I missed with both charge attacks. I do remember that both charge attacks missed on this
Right.
this foray.
But the mount attacks made up.
The mount attacks did both hit, and both rolled good damage.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, I don't know what I'm doing.
This is
here.
what I
this is
really wish he
Bethayne.
was a Minuteman.
Yeah. Yeah, if he was a Minuteman right now, man, those Raptors are just all dead.
Why don't you? Where's your second one? Buy it.
I'm buying it.
Hurry up.
I got to assemble it.
It's so pretty.
So Bethane's trying to figure out... What happened just there, folks, is I reaved my Fury. I stated I was reaving my Fury at the start of the turn. I forgot to put it on Bethayne. So if you notice that all of a sudden Bethayne had Fury, which she had none, that is why. So I decided to arc through the Spell Martyr after all, because it was like, oh, why not? Let's try to kill...
And you feeded, too.
And I feeded, yes, because that was mostly for the Hex Hunters.
Yeah.
Neither of you seem to have an army that really is built around the feat. I mean, obviously you can both use the feat. I mean,
Yep.
you have the Hex Hunter in your caster, and you just have the one Jack to shoot, and the Ironclad, but you're not like a strong focus. It's just there.
Well,
Yep.
the feed is actually... My feed is a melee feed, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I mean, right, yeah, I only have 2 Jacks to actually do the melee.
And I do have a couple of sprays between Bile and the Sorceress. So having both of those sprays and Eruption of Spines, I can get a lot of work done on the feet turn. If it's like against Cricks or something where you just have tons and tons of infantry. The reason I cast that Eruption of Spines, and I forgot to pick up the Spell Martyr, hopefully in a second here I'll pick it up and remember rules, is that I wanted to catch Rupert, who was hanging out behind
Behind the pillar, basically.
behind the pillar, yeah. You just can't quite see him. And unfortunately, I rolled enough bounces with Eruption of Spines that I bounced back into my own Raptor, as you just saw, and killed it, which was unfortunate. But I did also hit Rupert.
Yep.
I did not kill him, as I recall, sadly.
Not on this one.
Will someone move that pillar out of the way? We can see
Yeah.
if he's there.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure he is still there. I'm pretty sure I did not
Pillars.
kill. Yeah, whose bright idea was that?
That's what happens. Brian gets there before everyone else. And I'm going to set up some tables.
That is what happens.
Me and Marshall would always get there first, and we'd set up these ridiculous tables. People would come and go, God, new people would come.
I
and
loved
sad.
the bridge over the river.
Yeah,
That was my favorite.
I
one.
played on the bridge over the river
Yeah.
at this last tournament.
Well, you played on. That was a very wide bridge and a very small river. It wasn't like. Some,
Yeah, it was a much gentler version of it.
Yeah. It was a
I
tournament,
liked
so
it
it
because
couldn't be.
old one was.
Yeah, it was just...
Well, I have a massive like winding bridge, and I have in my.
That bridge is sweet looking too.
Yeah, that can't come out in normal tournaments because it would,
You brought it out. I remember one tournament you brought it out
I'll
in.
bring it out.
It might have
for,
been
like,
Who's the Boss,
I
though.
bring it up for Who's the Boss fun events. It can't be used in an actual tournament because it would be unbalanced. It'd be
Yeah.
fun. I mean,
It'd be funny.
it'd be fun.
So I'm putting Fury on. What Belphagor's doing is he's just taking random swings at the two devil dogs that are sitting there. But we can't see what's happening because pillars.
Use your imagination. Use the power of your mind.
I am using the power of my mind.
You'll know when something dies when it's removed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. As yet, nothing has been removed from that particular area of the theater.
Why isn't someone won yet?
So I move up the sorceress and I spray
Yeah,
The
and he
jack?
catches. Yeah, he's,
because I'm catching one devil dog, which is
Yeah.
great, and the boosted damage roll on a POW 12 is not insignificant. You're what, an armor 19?
yeah.
So not insignificant. I don't think I did much. And it looks like I missed the devil dog. Oh no, I hit the devil dog. So dead devil dog. Well,
Not
tough
tough.
devil dog. He
Oh
toughed.
yeah, he was tough.
He toughed. So it turns out her spray not terribly useful in that situation. But I don't know what else I would have done with her, and I wanted her to be basing that flag so that I could score it.
I mean, if you're doing your feet, you should use her.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
using a fully boosted spray seems like the right decision in most cases. So this is the Angelius. I boosted the hit, boosted the damage with my armor pierce. Buy another attack, miss. Buy another. Oh no, a boost. That's right. Buy another attack, hit, boost damage, and one angel just picks up his jack because, as if it wasn't bad enough that he completely failed to do anything, my dice decided to be explosive and just really drive home the point that some people are just luckier than others.
It should have died, but not to
Not to one
Not to
Angelius.
one, right. He
No.
should have utilized a lot more of his armor. Well,
Yeah, if both, I fully expected to use both Angeliuses to kill that jack.
Yep. And that's when I knew I was really in trouble, when he still had another angel to go.
Yep.
Like, oh.
Yeah, and so the Hex Hunters do some work. I
Apply damage.
apply damage to some jack. I don't know what I don't know what actually I shot that at. Might have been your
It must
heavy.
be
It
the
must be the heavy
ironclad,
that's standing there.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I miss with a 6 because you're in cover. Because Hunter doesn't work on magic attacks, which is lame. And then that's right. I'm shooting at the Junior Men. That's what's going on here. I'm trying to kill the Junior Men so I can get rid of Arcane Shield. So
Yeah.
that was them shooting at the Junior
And
Men.
that was, you achieved it.
And then Bile goes ahead and sprays into the jack now that Arcane Shield's
Why was
gone.
the junior that far forward? He's kind of hanging out in the middle of the field. That's just incompetence.
Well,
He seemed very bold.
he had come up to take a shot. He had taken a boosted pistol shot at
Right.
the sorceress,
I was trying to finish her off. With
and
that,
he put her to like one box.
Ah.
Because remember, Kraye almost killed her, left her at like
Yeah.
4. He came up, boosted shot, boosted damage, and put her to like one box.
Gotcha.
It was kind of sad for him. There were several instances in this game where the dice said no to Lewis and said that they liked me better.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of a game I played at the tournament this last Saturday where my dice were just loved me and my opponent's dice did not particularly feel that they should roll well.
That's why you went undefeated. Oh wait, you.
Oh yeah, I went undefeated. I wish 2 and 3. That was one of the 2 games I won was because of really unbalanced dice.
Dice loved
I
me so much. I won 2 out of 5
I
games.
played pretty badly. Hey, dice can cover for incompetence, just not for an entire tournament.
Well, if you play Cricks, you can probably get three wins. Out of that.
That's true. If I was playing Cricks, I was sadly
and
playing
there's
Rat.
the second angel.
And here comes Angelius. The free charge, by the way,
Oh,
is
yeah.
probably
It's
not as
huge.
key on them as it could be because of the fact that they do most of their damage on the armor pierce charge. It's really just kind of a bonus, and it is useful if you're charging into infantry.
But look at
You
the dice
didn't.
he
You
rolls.
didn't
Yeah.
even boost to hit the armor piercing attack.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you honestly thought you were
I did. That's why I should be on 2 right now because I boosted the hit or I should be on 1 because I boosted the hit and charge was free.
free charge.
Oh,
but
okay,
he,
there you
yeah,
go.
maybe
Yeah.
he
I don't
can't
see,
see.
you're a nun. You didn't even.
Yeah.
You did not.
Did I really just
You
raw
just,
dog it?
You raw dogged armor pierce.
Oh, that's right. Because I remember I said there's no fury management in this list.
Yeah.
I was already at my max fury between the
So he
Angelius.
decided not to put any more down.
I decided not to put any more down and just do a free charge because free charges are awesome when they work out, especially when they work out really, really well. And I wasn't worried at this point about my heavy killing potential of what was left versus what he had left.
Yeah.
And you scored a control point.
I did because the jack is outside of 4.
So you scored 2 then.
Or actually,
No, it's not.
It's within 4. I think you only scored the bottom. You did not score the middle. I don't think.
the bottom one is super
I have a
contested by
jack.
that grenadier.
Oh, that's a grenadier.
I think
So yeah, you probably have 1 then.
I might have none.
You might have.
Oh
none.
no,
No,
that's
that's
right. The
why.
raw dog charge. That's why I didn't buy any more attacks. The raw dog charge just killed it.
Well, I thought.
Like 3 hex hunters had shot at it boosted, and they are PAL 13s boosted. But yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I may have diced the crap out of him. It should have still been contested though because there's the 2 devil dogs.
Yeah.
Well, we
You're-
may have forgot about them.
Because I just pointed at them. I don't think I
Okay.
actually scored.
Yeah.
you
I think
are
I
still
intended
in
to
this,
score.
Lewis, you got this.
Yeah, things are super duper looking good for Lewis. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I still got that feat that helps all my melee jacks.
Yeah, so it'll be fine.
All my melee
We
jacks.
need to explain list design to you after this.
Melee jacks? Melee?
Does it work on Kraye himself?
No, shoot, I don't know. I think it says Warjacks in his battle group.
That is unfortunate. I can find out for you real quick.
Yeah.
I like that your Stormclad is just, he's in the picture. Everything his daddy's. We can look at him in shame.
Exactly.
He's watching the battle with shame in his eyes. If I had just done my job and killed that Angelius, things would be going so much better right now.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, it's really that failed at that one moment was
Yep.
an entire shift of the entire game.
It was
Oh, it
because
totally was.
when he charged that guy in, I was like, "Oh, well, then that's going to just
Yeah.
Right.
totally swing it." Because with only one angel, I don't have enough heavy killing potential to kill his 4 heavies.
Right.
Like I just don't.
4 boosted to hits.
Yeah.
Should have done a 7, 7 to 14. Should
Yeah.
have taken.
Oh, totally.
And games can ebb and flow. And you watch a lot of videos, you can kind of see. Like I mentioned just watching Watts games. You can see, you can see the momentum go back and forth. But I don't know what amazing play here Lewis is going to pull off to get that
Oh, you
momentum
wait.
back.
You wait.
He's got this.
I've
like-
lost almost a whole Kraye army and yet pulled off a win by going around the opponent's army and killing the caster.
Yeah, all of your feet affects only your jack. So if he himself is knocked down, he can't even use it to get himself up.
Well, you can't knock him down.
He's steady.
Oh, he's steady. Okay.
Yeah. And he has parry.
Okay.
Which
But
is
yeah.
why, like, late game, if I have to run around the field and
He has
go for a
mage
kill-
sight. Why were you not shooting? You even put down a mage sight bubble at one point. I remember. Why were you not shooting at my hex hunters with Eris? You had mage sight. You don't know
I don't.
You
I
don't have an answer for that.
recall, no.
because that's how
I
you.
plead the fifth.
So here you're going to put down a mage sight. So
Yeah, mage sight's. I wasn't accounting for that in my
Yeah.
focus management
Oh, so you just didn't have the focus
earlier
for
in
it
the game.
earlier.
You know, when I'm
And now you're down
when
a
I
bunch of
move full
jacks.
tilt from one jack to another, that loses me a lot. And then guided fire,
Yeah.
and then I don't have any.
And then you have nothing. Oh, that's fair.
I'm only 6 focus. Guided fire's 3.
Is
full
guided
tilt's
fire battle group?
I like how you're like getting
Yeah.
on dodge.
Yeah, Kraye's like, I am out. I'm out like the fat kid in dodgeball. He does take a couple of shots with his pistol, but yeah, he's like,
He's not
I
gonna
got to
do
get the
anything.
F out of here. So Strange Ways is like, here, have a focus, Jack. You're totally like a melee, just like a melee beater.
Exactly.
Just like. Okay, so you are going to take a shot into the mage-sided hex hunters. Good. I feel better now.
See,
Yeah.
Lewis is a complete noob.
You know, you go 6 months between games. You
It
kinda-
does make you a little rusty.
Yeah.
That was pretty much what my discovery was with my ret, was that I
But
was
wouldn't
just
it be funny
completely confused
if she
playing ret.
missed, even though I had mage sight on those hex?
Well, I
hunters?
mean, she needs a 7 to hit. Oh, that was a. Oh no, you hit. You
okay.
hit because I tough like a boss. But you did strip. Ashen Veil. So you know you got
Yeah.
that going for you.
You might be late. Well, you're complaining what your time is, but your clock time is
Your
pretty
clock
close.
time has been good. Yeah.
I mean, your second player, so you should always be up a little bit, but
I know.
it doesn't matter that much. I
Well,
mean, you're within a few minutes.
But the first turn I went 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm pretty fast on first turn, and I was lots.
so the 1,000 needles make you think a lot more than you normally
Oh,
do on a
it's
first turn.
ugly.
It's only really matters. The only time I really cared about that clock was when my opponent was 30 minutes into a game and he finally killed my first mile after 30 minutes, and I was playing my Xerxes Brick, so I knew.
Oh,
So that was game
that
then.
Yeah, and then you just start passing the turn to him, and he's using up.
Yeah, I stopped going for the scenario one. I just
Right,
threw my
right.
miles in front of him. He couldn't kill him in 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
That was sad for the other person.
That was
because
unfortunate.
I think they were doing all right.
Yeah. Well,
Man, as I
Oh, I can't remember. Maybe it was a different game. But.
as I continue to tough some of my models,
good job.
So I was probably strafe shooting.
I was because you shot like 3 or 4 of them.
That's a good. I like that Jack.
I
It is-
love.
it is
I
a good
love
jack.
this
It's-
jack. It's, a
it's a-
shield guard and a die 6.
It's obnoxious to me that Jack has such a the model difference between the plastic and the metal is.
Oh,
so
I wish we
massive.
could. You might be able to see this if if my second shield guard comes into play.
You got tiny-
Notice, right?
yeah,
That's my
tiny-
second one.
Yeah,
It's like half the size.
Yeah, they're
Oh, I got 5 shots that time. Oh, that
Is
makes
it
me-
the plastic one that's bigger, I assume?
Yeah. But
That is kind of too bad.
you don't have a whole lot of things bunched together, so I only have 3 targets.
But they're all hex hunters. And you,
Mm-hmm.
no, you're
and I'm marking with skull tokens to indicate the ones he killed because of the reminder I'd recently had from Nathan about how strafe works, that I only make my tough checks
You make one
after
tough check.
I'm one
Right.
tough check after the strafe attack's over. So then I'm like, tough check.
It's like we learn our own
Tough check.
It's like we know what we're doing.
Yep, almost like. So, and then I do manage the tough ones.
Which kind of
Or twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're tough.
My tough dice were really, really good this
You
time.
did pretty well.
I think I may have unintentionally built this list to be a 1d6 list. I've got massive tough checks. I have eruption of spines. I have gallows. Like, I think maybe I just decided that 1d6s were the way to roll with this list. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but it's a thing that
Jeremy's
happened.
going to switch to Warhammer Fantasy.
Is everything in fantasy based on a 1d6?
And 40k. They're all 1d6 systems.
But they're like buckets of dice usually.
True.
Yeah.
Like, you have millions of those 1d6s. I have like very few 1d6s that are fairly critical.
So here he picked off enough of my devil dogs that I have to choose which devil dogs I want to be able to be active this turn. Well, actually, when you were picking them off, I had to choose where the
Yes.
to
Oh, because
to
Sam
spread
is the
out.
unit leader, apparently.
Yep, Sam's the unit.
Sam
leader. He's
is,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just an
That's
attachment that's
Jonas
not an
right there.
officer.
Jonas is an attachment or
Is he an
unit
officer?
attachment.
I thought he was. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
my
he's a
my
unit
factions
attachment.
don't have those guys. So
You do now. You've got the attachment for the Mechanothralls.
yeah, but he's he's weapons. He's not a officer. You know, good question. Good point. He's not painted, so I haven't looked at the card.
Ah, fair enough. I did play against him the other day. He was pretty good. It allowed a Mechanothrall to spread out much more than I was previously used to.
Yeah, he has some shenanigans if you can play him right.
And he has a magic weapon too, doesn't he?
Yeah, possibly.
I think
He's got a magic thingy.
Yeah. But anyway, so at this point, Lewis is trying to dig out. The strafe attacks helped, but then the tough rolls unhelped, so that was unfortunate.
Exactly.
And he's getting some work done against the Raptors.
Yeah, I re-rolled that kinked one and
Yep.
lost me a hit.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
He does get some work done against the Raptors, but
No.
I still have 3 of them left over there, which is too many.
You had 3 to start. You started. I thought.
Yeah, you killed.
I lost one
think
at some
You
point.
killed.
I
one
killed
your own.
one, but you
I killed one on my
here.
own with the eruption of spines, right? Yeah, that was me.
So I actually did nothing.
You did nothing productive.
I mean, I put damage on him, but nothing else.
Yeah, so a little bit unfortunate. I guess that is the problem with Sam dying is you can't. Well, Prontoing isn't immune to free strikes anyway, so he wasn't going anywhere.
Oh yeah, the Piper decided to get into the fight.
Yep, Piper gets up in there. He gets him some. Kills.
I'll take that Hex Hunter.
I'll take him out. Don't worry about it, boss. So now Bethane's going to activate, or Belphagor, one or the other. Oh, it's okay. It's the beginning of my turn, so I'm reaving. I remember to actually put Fury on her because rules. And now I'm like, well,
I'm
have
actually worried about your charge lanes towards my caster, and that's kind of why I threw.
Rupert there. I actually wasn't looking at that. I was so up on attrition at this point that what
You
I was
worry
looking
he
for.
might end your suffering.
Yes.
I was so up on attrition that I wanted to grind the attrition enough to start scoring scenario because Kraye is terrifying if he gets on Bethayne. Like, he will just kill her.
And that's the point. You have to understand that. Yes, I mean, I mean, even if you would have gave him a clear charge lane, sometimes you just don't take it.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, maybe I have even a good 70% chance to kill him, but if I don't attack him, do I just have a 98% chance of scenario in it?
Right. Yeah.
And then you don't even go for that.
Well, and I mean, the thing with that I was thinking was, if Kraye does go in to kill an angel on his own, which if I attrition is the position he's in, then he's going to have to go empty. At which point the other angel just kills him. He's on a large
sure.
base. That one armor pierce just ends him if he's empty.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to try to go for this.
That was where I tried to charge. I was like, I'm going to declare a charge because it'll be hilarious. Oh, I can't clear the flag and put my base down, so this guy's just going to stand here doing nothing because he could have shot if I hadn't said charge when I was getting 0 charge benefits.
But you killed that guy.
I did kill that guy.
And then even like we're in Kraye's spot where someone may, they realize that their opponent's going to attrition them out. You almost have to run your caster full forward on full camp.
Yep.
And just see what happens. I mean, you're
Yeah.
probably going to die 9 times out of 10, but when you put when you shove a caster down someone's throat, they have to deal with it, and they're going to screw it up once in a while.
So I was thinking I might, at this point I'm realizing that,
Yeah.
but it's already a little bit too late. I was going to run.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to run down by the raptor. Try to just get around to Bethayne, because if they don't kill me, I've got parry. I can just
Walk up.
walk out.
And that's a harder trick for hordes to do, because obviously hordes, the fear mechanic doesn't let them do that once they lose their beast, but War Machine always has that threat to do that.
Yeah, and that was something that I didn't take advantage of when I played Ret this weekend, because I was so used to the Fury mechanic that I never camped heavy on any of my casters, even though I played 2 Focus 8 casters. And I was at one point heavily up in the game, and I just didn't camp because I was like, why would I do that? And I lost because of it. I got killed. Because 1 Focus or 2 Focus doesn't do anything, as it turns out. I mean, it's nice, but
I'm usually on full or none. I mean, at that point, for a lot of times, especially when you know your opponent, like 1 Focus or 2 Focus will do nothing. So
Yeah.
at full camp might or 0 will do nothing. So what can I get of every single point of that?
Yep, exactly. So put the 2 angels into the what are the shield guards? Sentinels?
yeah.
Sentinel. I think
You're going to score a point. Well, you're still.
I'm still trying to kill it.
He's still trying to kill it.
Yeah.
The Sentinels are. I mean, they get the +2 for the shield, and that helps a lot. So
Yeah.
they go from 16 to 18 armor. They're already at defense 13, I think.
My Hex Hunters are mostly dead. That guy, I don't know why I decided to sacrifice action to move, but I did. Because Bile wanted to spray. I didn't want to spray my own guy in the back. That makes sense. So I hit, and I did damage, and no more Rupert. And then I tried to hit Eris.
And you did.
And I did just... Oh, no, that must have been at the Jack, because I'm rolling a column.
Oh, right.
And then I shoot at Eris. And I was like, oh, well, that's a 10. So I guess I kill Eris. That's cool. Like, everything was just coming up Millhouse. Took a shot at Strangeways back there in the rear with the gear, because why not? I've still got a Spell Martyr up there on the top of the screen, and I don't know what I thought I was going to do with it at this point in the game.
Yeah, you didn't need it.
And I didn't need it, and there was no point in losing it for no reason. So that was me double checking that Murdoch was 4 inches away from the flag, which he was.
Those 4-inch templates are the best.
Are
in the world.
amazing. I will say that something I see a lot with people with the 4-inch templates, because it's a 4/6, is they'll hold it so that the 6 is pointing towards where they're measuring also. So they get a little bit of extra information. I wish they'd always put the 6 back towards where they're coming from. And people just forget, because it's just a widget. You're measuring 4. You don't think about it. But I do see people inadvertently measure 6 not infrequently with it.
Well, but both people get the 6 at least.
Yeah, you both get to know about it.
And the shield guard is down.
And no more, the second angel boosted hit on the armor pierce and killed it.
So now you're going to score at least 2 points.
Yep. I don't know why. Oh, I must have moved Belphagor up to... No, I haven't moved anything. Oh, that's what the spell mark... No. It looks like it's Belphagor that's basing the flag. Oh, the Witch Doc, who doesn't quite get there. And then zombifies. Here we go. Spell Martyr earns his pay. Good job, Spell Martyr. You're a solo. Good job. And what the Sorcerer's Hellion did was it moved up and Wind Ravager. Yeah, the idea was to not let Kraye draw a bead. Because I'm down to 1 Gobber at this point, so I don't want Kraye to somehow draw a bead on Bethayne.
I mean, you're also down to 14 minutes and a half. You could death clock yourself.
I could,
Lewis is up
theoretically.
on your time now.
He is.
Take advantage of this. On your turn.
I'm gonna.
Show who's boss.
Of course, he's getting scenario points.
Yeah,
Only
I'm
a couple.
I'm about to score 2.
He can't
Unlikely.
possibly score a lot more. You have Strange
You have
Ways,
so many models that can contest.
Murdoch, your caster, and probably some. And
There might be one model hidden behind a pillar somewhere.
yeah, see, you have this.
I think you might have another Sentinel there where I'm Wind Ravagering, actually.
Correct. Yeah, in front of my caster.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got that going for you. I don't know what I just spent my Fury on.
Watch Lewis just blow the game away right here. Caster assassination.
It's gonna be
coming
amazing.
up in 1 minute.
And I am at 2 points. Yay, 2 points. Lewis is thinking long and hard.
Yeah.
Pondering the imponderables.
Goes to the bathroom. I find it funny that Jordan, that's off topic while you're thinking.
Yeah.
We had Jordan Knack on the podcast on Sunday. He mentioned that during his Masters.
During Masters.
Three of his rounds on his clock, he had to use the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, because he'd been eating so many meal
drinks.
bars and energy drinks that he was just like had to pee every single game. And the only reason he didn't have to pee in his fourth and final game was it ended on like top of 2.
Yeah. Can you imagine your opponent like, during Masters? You have to leave.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Let me clock.
During his game with Watt, he was gone a while too, like long enough that the people running the event came over to ask Watt where his opponent went.
I'm still trying to figure out what the heck to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't worry, we swear all the
You're
time
like,
on
at
our
least
podcast.
no one's watching this game. Is what Lewis is thinking right now.
That's what's going through
I was
Lewis's
so
mind
happy,
right now.
You know, everybody's eating pizza. No one's paying attention.
Yeah,
So you're gonna walk away because I think that's helping you now. And he's like, I'm gonna go over here.
I think I went to get a slice of pizza.
I forget what I cast right there.
You cast the. I'm gonna.
You
Oh, I
cast-
think I casted guided fire because I could.
and then ran away like a little
Because
girl.
yeah, exactly. But because I thought I could get out of Wind Ravager.
Oh, and you're like, oh, I'll just kill one raptor. They'll be below half. They
Well,
won't
I
be able
have
to
rat.
score.
I have rat 2.
Yeah, rate of fire too. Yeah,
Rate of fire 2.
You only have to kill one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them, 2 of them are in cover, but one of them's not. So
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, I cast guided fire.
and roll that'll
that
hit
should
even in
hit.
cover. Yeah.
Yep. And I should boost.
You should.
Oh wait.
Oh.
I forgot to. Oh, and I.
Oh,
Oh,
sad face.
Oh, I forgot to.
Wait,
boost.
what are you?
Now I'm buying my second shot on the raptor.
Oh, no, that
That-
wasn't the raptor I marked though. It was
Oh, okay.
I was marking the Strider Deathstalker. It looked like.
Oh yeah, there
there
might
must be a Strider
one.
Deathstalker there as well.
Yep. So my 2 shots did nothing.
You missed once, and you hit a Strider Deathstalker, but did not break armor.
Yeah.
because you didn't boost the
Because
damage.
I forgot to boost.
So that's a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And my Jack walks out of Wind Ravager
5
and
shots.
gets 5 shots.
See, notice you take a long time to roll your dice,
I do.
and like your death clock's done. Like you're people do that all the time. I guess if I find people where they're down to like 4 minutes, and they're just like casually shaking their dice in their hand for a little while, and they roll it. And
well, they
you-
like to feel the dice. They get like to see how the dice are
watch
feeling
like
that day.
Watch like a top. It's always fun the top table people. I mean,
My damage dice are not doing crap.
What you wanted them to do.
No.
well, to be fair, you rolled 4.
Yeah, but his armor is higher than that.
Well,
It's true.
it's
not wrong.
It's hard to find armor that low.
And then you like move it over next to your caster. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm okay. I'm all right now.
You just gave him.
And then
That's my squire running up.
No, the squire's dead. I killed the squire and removed
No, I thought
Arcane
that
Shield.
Then who?
Oh,
that- no, that's
sorry, the squire, not the junior man.
Where's
Yes.
No,
the
I'm
cast
here.
Arcane Shield, Jeremy?
Sorry, the squire.
We don't have a lot of Cygnar players in our meta.
We don't.
Yeah, and I want to say
I'm
something
in
about
circle
that.
players.
The reason we don't have Cygnar players in our meta was when I first started playing. These guys bitched so much and moaned so much about Haley and Kane. I never play anybody in an friendly game when they're playing that. I'm like, oh, well, I better not play that because I want to play the game. And if they're not going to play me in a friendly game, oh, I better play something else. Fucking whiners.
And now we all whine because you won't drop E. Haley and Kane for us to practice against. Lewis, bring your Cygnar.
No. Yeah, I'll bring my cane with
Yet
trenchers.
another cock you rolled to a lower die. That's the point.
This fucking-
You rolled a 2 and turned it into a 1.
I know.
So we're like, oh, that's game. And then we go to pause it. And then we're like,
Oh, wait.
wait a
No.
minute. There's a guy contesting. I totally don't score and win. I get 0 points, so I guess I'll kill him. All right. This is where we embarrass ourselves a little bit because I think we're a couple of different times we think the game's over, and then it turns out it isn't.
Well, let's be fair. The game is over.
The game is over.
There's just
But we
the
decided to
technical-
play it to its legal conclusion.
No, understandable. It's being recorded. You don't. You want to like.
So we're like, okay, get back
Okay,
to the
now that
flag.
guy's dead. Fine.
So now, okay, good. So that'll score me 4 points.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, you're contesting. Son of a bitch.
Is Arlen within
Is
4?
Arlen? Yep,
Oh, yeah,
Arlen
he
is.
is.
Okay, sorry, my
And you're
bad.
still at 2. It's like no matter what, that only gives you 4. No matter what, I don't understand why you think you're.
Because I thought I'd scored on my turn.
Oh,
I thought I was at 3 now, and this put me to 5. So this is why this is all that's what I realized when the third time we stopped the clock in a moment here is I didn't actually score on your turn. This doesn't end the game, and that is when I realized that I put the Raptors in such a way that Bethayne can't run to the bottom flag and dominate it because you can't dominate the middle one for extra points. So I kill Arlen. I'm like, oh good, okay,
And
All
this
right.
is just I'm like the tears are flowing and then they have to stop and then they have to flow again
No,
and then they have to stop and then they flow.
We're like, okay, good. So that. Oh, wait a minute. No, that only will put me to 4 points. This is just discussing how I'm only at 4 points. I was like, okay, fine. Belphagor gets in there, kill Squire. Because that's always a good use of my fury.
It's like you're holding Lewis down and just punching him in the face for no real reason.
He's unconscious, but I'm going to hit him again. I'm going to hit him again.
It wasn't supposed to be mean. We were trying to play to a legal finale of the game. So I'm like, all right, now it's your turn. I'm at 4. Oh, do we start again, or do you just concede here?
No,
You might have just
that
conceded.
must.
That might have been it.
I just couldn't
Yeah.
handle.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because no matter what happens,
Yeah.
you can't possibly stop a score.
No.
Yep.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you for watching.
We stop. I don't want to stop this.
Andy!
Stop the recording. Panic.
Andy, we don't know how to stop the insanity.
Stop listening to this, everyone. Don't pay any attention to what I'm saying. Please.
Brian's a hermaphrodite.
Brian is now singing into the microphone.
I'm not. It's just.
Are you going this way?
Yeah.
It's recording, and we can't make it stop.
And we can't stop.
Bye bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Go away.